The magical fairy tales. Today, we're going to talk about a novel named The Wizard of Oz. I have a question for you guys. Have you ever read The Wizard of Oz?
No.
No? Okay, it's fine, because after our introduction, you were totally in love with this novel. Well, let's welcome our four guests now. The first one will be Tim. Hi, guys. And the second one will be Vivian. And the third one will be Amy. And the last one will be Jeff. Okay, so now I'm gonna introduce some basic information of The Wizard of Oz. So The Wizard of Oz was written in 1900s by Frank Baum, a writer, famous writer at the time. And in 1939, it was remade into the movie. Here is the movie, and here's the cover. You can see the Dorothy here. You can see Dorothy and the Tin Woodman, the Scarecrow and the Lion. And it also remade into comics and also some theme park. You know that the Disneyland really love to put their movies character or the cartoons themes into the Disneyland. And of course, Oz is one of them. And some games too. The name is Temple Run, and it was popular on the Android system, so it's quite famous on the mobile cell phone. And here's another movie cover. It just came up in the beginning of this year. And next year, they're coming up for another cartoon. The name is Dorothy of Oz. It's about Dorothy went back to Ozland, but everything just changed. It's like the movie in 2010. It's called Alice in Wonderland. It's kind of same, I think. And also, in New York, they made it into the musicals. Yeah, and everyone loved it, right?
Yes.
Thank you. And here, summarizer. I am the summarizer. Dorothy is a girl who lived in Kansas with her uncle and aunt. She also has a pet named Toto. And here's Toto.
Aww.
Yeah. And one day, a tornado came and took her and Toto to a mysterious land, Oz. To find her way back to Kansas, she had to go to the Great Wizard, who lived in Emerald City. And here's the Great Wizard. On her way there, she met some of her companies, including the Scarecrow, Tin Woodman, and the Lion. Each of them have a wish that needs Oz to help. The Scarecrow wants a brain, so that he can come up with many ideas. You can see that here's Oz straw, so he needs some brains. And at last, Oz gave him some nails, so he thought that he got a brain. And here's the Tin Woodman. He used to be a man, but then he was cursed by a wicked witch. So he wants a heart so that he can love someone else again. And here the Lion. He thought that he was so coward that he could not rule the whole jungle. So he wants courage as a need. The way to Emerald City is full of challenges, include the Deadly Poppy Field. And here's the Deadly Poppy Field. It's a kind of field of flower, and when you got into there, you'll feel sleepy. And after you fall asleep, you're just slept to death. After they got to Oz, the Great Wizard asked them to kill the Wicked Witch. However, on their way to the Wicked Witch, they got caught and imprisoned. The Wicked Witch asked Dorothy to do some work. And here's the Wicked Witch. Here's the green one. And here's Dorothy. And when she's working, she got a pair of silver shoes on her. And the witch tried to get it from her because the silver shoe was magic, got some magic. And one day, the Wicked Witch finally got one of the shoes, but that action made Dorothy so mad that she spilled the water all over her. And then she started to melt into a pool of water. This is how she melt. No, this is the silver shoes, sorry. This is the silver shoes. And this is how she melt. And after that, the Wicked Witch dead, right? So Dorothy finally got what she wanted. Dorothy get to the house for the Good Witch, Glinda. And here's the Good Witch, Glinda, who is beautiful. And she finally found her way back, and the Scarecrow got what they want. And the Scarecrow became the mayor of the Emerald City. And the Tin Woodman became the ruler of the Wicked Witch castle. And the Lion became the king of the jungle. And finally, Dorothy got back to Kansas. So, Tim, I heard that after you read this novel, you picked some you did pick some paragraphs for us, right?
Okay, yes.
So what's the first one?
Before them was a great stretch of country having a floor as smooth and shiny and white as the bottom of a big platter. Scattered around were many houses made entirely of china and painted in the brightest colors. These houses were quite small, the biggest of them reaching only stories west. There were also pretty little barns with china fences around them, and many cows and sheep and horses and pigs and chickens, all made of china, were standing about in groups.
Okay, and here's the picture of the Chinatown. Tell me, Tim, why did you choose this paragraph?
I choose this paragraph because can you to imagine that is so amazing word in this novel, and I think all kind of things is made up with China. I think if I were made up with China, I probably I feel uncomfortable. I probably have to watch out so many things each steps I make.
Okay, and here's the China doll who lives in the Chinatown. Okay, what about the second paragraph?
The tinsmith looked the woodman over carefully and then answered that they thought they could mend him so he would be as good as ever. So they set to work in one of the big yellow rooms of the castle and worked for 3 days and 4 nights, hammering and twisting and bending and soldering and polishing and parting at the legs and body and head of the Tin Woodman, until at last he was straightened out into his old form, and his joints worked as well as ever. To be sure, there were several patches on him, but the tinsmith did a good job, and as the woodman was not a fan man, he did not mind the patches at all.
Okay, so Tim, tell me, why did you choose this paragraph?
I chose this paragraph because I think this part got a great reason. You see, the fiction part is very interesting, and it tells the details of how Tin Woodman gets fixed.
Okay, and thank you, Tim. And here's the picture of how they fix the Tin Woodman. Okay, let's continue to the next part. So, begin. There's a lot of special words in this novel, huh? So, why don't you introduce the first word to us?
Gloomy.
Gloomy. Okay, then what's the meaning of this word?
This word have 2 meanings. The first one is dark or deep. The second one is very sad or depressed.
Like the fairy said, just a broken heart, so upset.
Okay, and here's the picture of gloomy. And what's the synonym of gloomy?
The statement is dismal.
Okay. Okay, let's continue to the next word. What's the next word?
The next word is tremendous.
Tremendous. And the meaning is?
The meaning, this word have 2 meanings. The first one is amazing, or very big or large. The second one is wonderful.
Very large. And you can see from the picture too. Here's the original one. And here's the tremendous one. Okay, so what about the next word?
The next word is gracious. Gracious.
Gracious. Okay, great. What's the meaning of the gracious?
This word has 2 meanings. The first one is polite and kind. The second one is used for expressing surprise.
And what's the synonym?
The synonym is pleasant and friendly.
Okay, so can you tell me why you choose these words?
I choose gloomy because I don't know what it means, so I want to share it.
Okay, what about tremendous?
I think it's important because you can